Hey, what's going on? It's Bebop here. Today's video, we're going to be talking about all the things new players are struggling with a lot right now, okay? There's a lot of tension going on between the older players and maybe some of the newer players. Older players, there's a lot of us that do want to help. We've tried to help plenty over and over, but sometimes maybe advice isn't as, taken as well as maybe it should. Thought I would just go ahead and make a video today. Maybe this might reach some people. Hopefully it reaches thousands so that way we can have better experiences here in the raids, hatchery event, that kind of thing. I'm going to go over what's bothering the new players as far as you just don't know what you don't know, okay? There are a lot of videos out there that you can look up on things that will help benefit you with damage, gear, money, all that good stuff. What I'm going to go over is how to properly suit up for the hive event, for the mutations, for the hatchery, and the winter rune forge. All that stuff that you need to know on the most basic level. All right, I'm going to start off first of all by talking about houses. Now, you need to own 3 houses when you get to this level and you're wanting to do these events. Let's say like the Winter Rune Forge right here. If you look at the trial, it's going to be Ancient Enemies and Beast, recommended levels 650 to 700. If you're in this level, you need to have 3 homes. If you don't have 3 homes, you are wrong. You're simply wrong. And you don't know what you're doing. That's fine, because I'm here to teach. 3 homes are going to allow you to put trophies up in each of your homes. So if I look here, I have 3 homes. Okay, now I'm on my main legacy account, so this might be kind of hard to explain here, but you would have your ancient ward, beast, or your ancient combat trophies, your human combat trophies, your anger earth combat trophies, all put up here when you're about to do one of these events. Okay, and usually you would want to spec it for whatever your event is going to be. Now I have all the ultimate crafting trophies on here, not trying to flex, just trying to explain that I'm not going to be able to show you the individual trophies, but having 3 homes will allow you to at least you get green trophies. That will be a 9% damage increase to your enemies that you're fighting. If you only have 1 home with trophies, that's only 3%. Okay, if you have only green trophy. So that is a big difference. Okay, and make sure your homes are paid before you go in these events, so that way your trophies are active. So you want to get all the combat trophies for each enemy's type. That's ancient, beast, human, lost, and whatever else I'm missing. Okay. All right, we're going to talk about honing stones. Now, I would say at this level, at least common, you can have strong or the powerful. Powerful ones are going to be expensive on fresh start, but you can make these at the gypsum or the pool down there in Cutlass Keys with doubloons. So there's no reason you shouldn't have some of these, but the common honing stones will be 5% damage increase. The strong will be 6, and these are 7. So on top of your 3, let's say green trophies in each one of your homes, that's 9 plus 7. You're already at 16% damage increase. Now, if I'm going into, let's say, the Winter Rune Forge, all right, we're going into the Winter Rune Forge, knowing that it's a ice ice event, then, or ice trial, I would say. Then you would go all ice gems. Okay, we know it's ancient and beast in there. Okay, the first 3 waves are ancient, but you don't need to code up or anything for the first 3 waves. Don't worry about that. Just walk in there with beast ward pot on and beast coding on. Okay, infused beast coding. Okay, that way you can go ahead and get ready for the beasts when they come out, and you're going to do more damage. The thing with those beasts in the Winter Rune Forge is they split. Okay, when they split, if they get back together, they will heal themselves and they get bigger. Now, to combat that, anti-heal. A lot of guys didn't know what anti-heal was in the Winter Rune Forge the other day when I ran it. Anti-heal right here. The Bile Bomb. It's going to reduce the incoming healing by 30%. It's going to reduce the healing of those monsters by 30%. Now, you can upgrade this even to the 50% if you want to, but this one will be just fine. It's cheap enough to do. You can do this at the stone cutting station. It's going to take some sulfur, corrupted lodestones, and the rest you'll probably have ready to go. So look at that. If you don't have this heart rune, you get this heart rune from running Amarine. Okay, the first dungeon you ever did. Now, then you wouldn't have it because you couldn't earn the heart runes. But if you go down here to Windsward and you come over here to Amarine, go help out new players running Amarine and get your Bile Bomb. When you get that, at least you'll have some sort of anti-heal. Now, there are also weapons out there that you can get with Plagued Strikes, which will reduce incoming healing by like 25% for 8 seconds. There's also Plagued critical hits. So anytime you hit criticals, you also plague the enemy. Plagued is going to reduce the incoming healing to those enemies. There's also the Void Gauntlet with Putrefied Scream. With that, it reduces the healing 40-something% for 8 seconds or so. Those are the kind of things you need to have in the Winter Rune Forge. Now, I wish AGS did a better job of teaching players that, because if you come over here, you're not going to really know that. You're not going to come over here. It doesn't say, you know, enemies heal or have vampiric quality or anything like that. So you don't know. I mean, there's no way for you to know unless you're like, hey, well, I haven't ran this before. Let me go to YouTube and look it up. But nobody's doing that apparently. So, hopefully people see this video. I don't know. We'll see. So it's not your fault. AGS's fault for not explaining Honing Stones trophies, the importance of owning 3 homes, and different things like that. It's plagued this game for a long time. I represented Marama server for the Winter Rune Forge speedrun event that we had, that Schmeck and one of the New World dev creators came up with back in, I believe, February. It was amazing how many people did not know about Honing Stones trophies, coatings, the enemy types, the damage types that help against those enemy types, and all that stuff. It was astonishing. So it's not just because you're console players and all that shit. I don't want to hear that. It's basically just new players in general. The game does not do a good job at all of teaching. So it's not your fault. Now, Hatchery, okay? Hatchery is a human event, okay? Now you will be able to earn a chance at a Golden Scarab, a chance at, you know, Unicorn, Xbox, 7 and all this cool stuff. So if you look at the Hatchery, it's a human event, recommended level 650 to 700. You have a chance on getting some of these items that you're probably not going to care about, but the Golden Scarab, things like that you can get from here. And people like to do it is because it is fun, but it is fire and human damage. So you need to have your human trophies up in your home. Make sure you have your human trophies up in each one of your homes. Now, if you come over here, I have this Hatchery set. Look, it has all fire gems in it, okay? I keep opals in my Attune leather pants because I use them for multiple set, and this is perfectly fine. If someone tells you you need to have full gems and your opal in your pants are not going to work, bullshit. It does work, okay? I've done this to the highest levels and speed runs and everything like that. It's fine. Now, the Hatchery is pure fire. Now, I can tell when I get in there and people don't have fire protection. So if you look, I have all the Cupristine rubies in here, and it adds 6% fire damage absorption. If you come down here at the bottom left, you will see that since I have those gems in pretty much every gear but the pants, and I have this, which is hugely important that a lot of new players don't know about, amulets. Amulets will provide flame protection, or if you look at other ones up here, this one is void protection amulet. This one is a frozen ice protection amulet. And this one is a nature protection amulet. Okay, these are the main ones that you need. Now, last boss Savage Fight, you'll need a lightning one, but I don't want to get all into that right now. You do need these. It's 15%. It's huge. Okay, if I go into an M3 right now, I'd be fine. If it's in a fire mutation, which is last this week, I'm at 59.5% fire damage resistant. I'll be fine. If I take off this amulet, I am now at 38.5. I will get one shot by just breathing the air inside. I'll just die, okay? You're just going to get destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. That is important. There was a new player the other day in my stream, like, people wouldn't let me in because I didn't have a certain amulet. Well, that's because we know you'll die without it. Us players, the veteran players, we already know what will and won't work on majority of the things you've done in this game or you're going to plan on doing. So when we tell you something doesn't work, don't take offense. It just probably won't work. So, Hatchery event, you want to go into there with all fire. You also want to have your human ward pots right here, infused human ward. You also want to have your infused human coatings. Don't be cheap. Money's easy to make in this game. I'll have a video coming out about that soon. So simple, and just go ahead and spend, okay? Also, something that will help in these trials is this right here, Desert Sunrise. Now, on Fresh Start services is way expensive right now, like $200 a pop or whatnot, and I get it. You don't want to spend the money. You don't have the money. I get it. Okay. But look, you need to, when you want to get in these events, don't be trolling out here. Don't be trying to look for a carry. Okay. You'll have more fun doing it the proper way. 17.5% resistance for 40 minutes. So it's going to reduce the damage over time effects, the dots effects on you. Hugely important. Don't forget your attribute food. So if you want extra dex points, you could take banana pudding. If you want, you know, extra int, you can take fruit salad, or you can go to the 48 food, but it's way expensive. There's also 30 food and 10 food and that kind of stuff. So anything will help. Always keep extra gems on you in case anybody gets in there, a bunch of dum-dums, and they don't have their gems, okay? I can be like, hey, I can actually upsell these. Go look and see what they're selling for in the marketplace. I'm going into the hatchery. Let me look at what these are selling for. The Cuperstein rubies. Oh, they're selling for, you know, 90 a pop. Okay, if I go in the hatchery and people want them, 120 a pop, you know, 150 a pop. And then that way I'm making money. It's very simple. People will be willing to pay for it. Let me retitle this M1 and M2 dungeon runs. If you're looking at running mutations, activities, mutations, and you're scared, you don't know what to do in here, don't worry about being scared and throwing a run. That's how you learn. I ran the other day on stream. There was a tank that came in there, didn't know what the hell he was doing, which was perfectly fine. I noticed that and I helped him through it. Told him about my channel. He came and he was really nice and receptive of the information, and I'm now helping him out. Hopefully he maybe leaves a message or responds to this video. I would love to get some more time in with him and help him out, because he was really nice and he took the information very well. So I do appreciate that. So when you want to run M1 and M2, I have a video out in the past a few months ago for this. You want to run all opal set, and then when you get into one of the mutations, if you look here under activities, you have Lazarus, which is fire mutation this week. You have Tempest, which is void mutation, and you have Glacial Torrent, which is ice mutation. So when I go into here, I load into, let's say, Laz. Okay, I'll put my flame protection amulet on. Okay, so boom, now I'm protected 38.4% fire damage resistance. That's big. And since you don't want to keep changing gems, opal's the best way to do it. Okay, now when you go to M3s, that won't work. Big jump from M2 to M3. This is M1 and M2 strat. Let's jump into Glacial Torrent. That's ice protection. Okay, the frozen protection amulet is going to bump me up to the same thing, 38.4. And last but not least, Tempest, you throw on the void protection amulet, and now you're at 38.4 void protection. If you don't have that amulet, then you're at, you know, basically 17.5 across the board. You can throw another amulet in here with the opal and it'll go up 2.5%, and until you get those protection amulets. Okay, that's what M1 and M2s are made for. This is how you run it. Don't forget your ward pots and coatings if you need, which I say 99% of you are going to need them out there, even though you got the 15% damage increase and healing increase in the M1 and M2 random group finders. You're still underpowered, way underpowered, because your con is way too high. As DPS, you should be nothing more than 100 con. All right, so acid chest runs, where I'm at right now. A lot of acid. People want to do these because they want to get golden scarabs and potential craft mods. All right, now there's this stuff called acid resistance chitin padding. It is this right here, chitin padding. Okay, a little bit expensive, but it's going to give you resistance to acid. So if I come over here and I want to loot this stuff, I can basically swim in it and be chilling. I don't have to jump up on the box. I can basically sit here. You will take some fire damage to your health, but you can sit there in the acid and be big chilling. Hey, golden scarab and a scarab shell and some dark matter. Sweet. Bebop, you're amazing. I know. I'm just out here trying. But, all right. But yeah, I got a golden scarab. Hey, that's like 1,000 gold right there. Yay. And I can go loot all these chests. Now, if you don't know the acid chest route, I have a video on that. Feel free to look it up in the past. Maybe I'll link it in the comments after this, but that will help you get through this. Now, you want flame protection amulet because you will be taking fire damage from the enemies that throw fire at you, and also the acid. Okay, so you have your ring with the fire gem and your earring with fire gem. Okay, whatever weapons or whatever you decide to run, that's up to you. So that's basically it in a nutshell. I can go over anything else more detail later on. I will be doing a M3 guide on gems and everything like that. Hopefully going over the trophies, honing stones, coatings, resistances, and all that stuff helped you. If it did help you, feel free to share the video. If you're new here, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. I stream every day live on Twitch. Feel free to stop by, and I'll see y'all there. Later.